Alright, how's it going, guys? So this is kind of like a different video. So you guys know recently that I built my HD race quad. Well, it's a Hyperlow RS with a mini Magnum V2 and a Caddx Vista. It's about 300 grams, and the intention is for it to be a race quad. Because it's really all that I have right now that I could kind of fit the Vista into that was lightweight. But anyway, when I built this, I built it with an XM Plus FreeSky receiver, and you know, it felt fine, but then one day I flew it in my backyard and it felt way off. You know, just it didn't handle well at all. And that could just be because I suck and I haven't practiced in a while. But one thing that I thought it might be is the latency of S-Bus, because you know, with all of my HD quads and my FR7, those are all running Crossfire, and a few months ago, I don't remember exactly when, they pushed out an update for Crossfire that it allowed you to enable forced 150 hertz mode. So normally Crossfire will switch between 150 and 50 depending on your range. And when it switches to 50, it adds latency. And it tends, if you're running at like 100 milliwatt or 25 milliwatt on Crossfire, it switches to 50 really quick. So if you fly Force 150, it actually greatly reduces your range. But you have faster latency, or less latency. And now they've even got a new like OpenTX build out that enables CRF shot, which removes even more latency, but I haven't tried that yet. So anyway, I was thinking it could be S-Bus versus Crossfire, since I've been flying Crossfire on that Force 150. Now just to give you guys like some background, in 2017 I switched all of my race quads and all of Zero's race quads to Crossfire because everyone was like raging and hyping about the reduced latency and oh, it's just game changing. And honestly, I could not feel a difference between S-Bus and Crossfire then. My son, who was like, at the time, Zero, he was really, really fast. He, you know, he was like the first one that year to do 6 laps in the regional qualifier. I mean, he was really fast, and he couldn't tell. So I was like, well, that was, you know, kind of like a waste of money. So I sold his Crossfire. I sold a couple of his receivers. And the reason why I started building all of my HD quads with Crossfire is because, you know, they're digital, they're HD, you want to explore, you want a little bit of security. So I was like, you know, I've got spare Crossfire receivers, they might as well just be Crossfire. Like historically, I've always used Crossfire for freestyle for that reason, but not for racing. So my current working theory is that because I've been flying Crossfire in 150 hertz, maybe there is a difference and maybe I'm used to it and I can't fly S-Bus on a tight racetrack like in my backyard. So with the HD quad, HD Hyperlow, I added Crossfire to it yesterday. You can just like see the antenna there. So today, we're gonna try to do some laps in the backyard, because if you've never flown a 5-inch quad on a really, really, really small track, I mean, it's the hardest kind of flying I've ever done. Like I started doing it about this time last year, February 2019, and it was just like, it's really hard. So I'm gonna attempt it. I haven't done it in a while. You know, I've been flying my micros back there, sure, but flying a 5-inch on such a tight course where you have zero time to react, it's really hard. But I'm gonna try it today, see if I can feel a difference. Hopefully I don't crash my neighbor's yards. It used to not be a big deal because we were really good friends with our neighbors, so I would just go in their backyard and get my quad, but they moved up the street, so now like it's like awkward. And I have crashed in their yard once, but okay, yeah, so we're gonna get ready, fly some laps in the backyard, and we'll see how it works out. All right, let's see how it goes. Yeah, it feels pretty crispy.
Somewhere by the emerald sea, where the moon and water meet, somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take, something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling,
Ooh, okay. I think that's enough for now.
disarmed. Receiver still connected.
Yeah, it felt good. So yeah, I mean, just like, I mean, I know, those aren't like lightning fast laps, and mind you, I haven't flown the 5-inch back there in quite a while. But yeah, when I tried to fly this quad on S-Bus back there, it just felt so disconnected. It's crazy, and I hate to be that guy that tries to like hype up latency, da 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 da. But yeah, I've just gotten so used to the Force 150 hertz that I couldn't fly back there on S-Bus. I just couldn't do it, and that was 100 times better. And I'm sure that people are going to bring up the question like, oh, well, then why don't you get the DJI controller, because it's supposed to be even faster? The DJI controller, honestly, for me, it just doesn't make any sense. For one, it's really expensive. Like, it's twice as much as the Jumper T16, and I already had the Crossfire module. And then for long range, for me, it's just not practical. Like, I use my radio to like check my satellite count, my GPS coordinates, and then I still fly S-Bus on all of the micros, so it's totally not practical for me to get the DJI controller. But I am happy that I can feel the difference of the 150 hertz versus S-Bus, and that was 100 milliwatt dynamic mode, so it adjusts the power dynamically depending on the signal. But it'll be interesting to see when the racing season starts. It'll be interesting to see how it works in a race environment, because really I haven't had good luck racing with Crossfire. Just horrible latency, low RSSI warnings. I don't know what it is. The 900 megahertz band is really narrow, so you can't fit a lot in it. And even being the only person racing Crossfire at a race, I've had issues with it. So maybe flying the Force 150 hertz will work out better. Maybe CRF shot will work out better. I mean, I'm definitely going to try that. When I built the Hyperlow race quad with HD, and I flew it in the backyard, and it felt so weird. I went full panic, because I was like, what the hell? Surely I'm not experiencing video latency, because I've raced quads in HD back there, but they were on Crossfire. So yeah, I went full panic mode, and I was like, maybe it's the S-Bus. But anyway, yeah, just something interesting I thought I would try out. And like I said, I'm glad to see that I can feel the difference. All right, guys, just a quick video. Can't wait to start racing HD. I don't think it'll be a big deal here locally. I'm flying like a like a totally impractical build because this frame is not designed for HD and it's like not even in production anymore. I might be able to get my hands on like one or two more. So if I have to, I'll build another one of these and get some spares and I'll race these if another company or the same company doesn't come up with something very similar. I really, really like how this build ended up. I like the low profile. I like how the air unit, the Vista, is mounted behind the stack. I don't really like it when they're mounted on top. That's just me. Pretty pumped for the racing season to start, guys. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Later.